There it is.
The best, the king. Hello, friends. We are live. It's the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I am not Sorgatron. Our fearless leader is under the weather. He's been battling. It's a very specific ailment, but he's on the mend. But we're here to step in and kind of help him get better faster by asking him not to talk to you for an hour or so here on a Monday night after Raw. Joining me from Beacon, New York, is our old pal, Mad Mike. Hello, Mad Mike.
Oh, Matt, this Raw had everything. It had blondes and pentagrams. It had blondes not being put against each other on WrestleMania. This Raw had everything except Mustafa Ali, excuse me.
Good job. Yeah, I have I really appreciate that Raw decided to serve up a full course meal for everyone tonight, because this is just, there's so much to dig into. And I think that nothing is more important than the fact that Lacey Evans is pregnant. Mad Mike, she is shoot pregnant, not wrestling pregnant.
Well, I mean,
she is reportedly
also wrestling
pregnant.
Also wrestling pregnant.
Also wrestling pregnant.
But like is actually pregnant, so congratulations. And also we won't be seeing Lacey and Charlotte. We won't be seeing Lacey and Charlotte. We won't be seeing Lacey and Charlotte and Sylvie Charlotte versus Rick.
What a dirty trick to play on the internet tonight, to do this on the air on Raw. I was watching this part of Raw with my wife while we were in bed. I fell out of the bed when she said she was pregnant and staggered around, and then realized that I had not yet seen Rick's facial reaction, and then ran back into the room to try to catch Rick's facial reaction just in time to see him go,
yeah.
Do one of those. This is disturbing.
The wife and I were getting ready to sit down for dinner. We were having a late dinner because the oven wasn't working. But like as she was walking into the kitchen, into the dining room, she stopped and was just like, "The fuck she say?"
It's like
it was a great moment. It was a great moment.
And then of course, it's Lacey Evans, so the knee-jerk Twitter reaction was just like, the piling on, the dunking, it was on fire. And then I'm going to blow this by not properly crediting the person who broke this story. I'll see if I can look it up here in a second. But apparently, reportedly, Lacey, this is a storyline, but it is also a fact that Lacey is shoot pregnant. So everyone had to kind of take back their things. I owned everything I said on Twitter. I'm leaving it up. I don't care. But here we are. All right, Mad Mike, immediate ramifications. Is Asuka safe on Sunday?
Oh, theoretically. I mean, it means we have one less match. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe Peyton gets the shot?
Boy, that's a very optimistic, very hopeful statement by you. I will
always be optimistic. Because I'm saying, in terms of, if they still want Ric Flair managing someone, Ric Flair managing Peyton Royce, kind of okay with it. I still don't want Ric Flair on my TV, but it's a hell of a lot better because I'm pretty sure Lacey isn't going to pretend to be fucking Ric Flair.
It's a real shame that this isn't going to get to play out as a storyline, and that it actually is going to involve Lacey going away for 9 months plus to actually be pregnant and have a child. But I mean, I couldn't help but wonder, would Rick really have been the father in storyline? Or would they have done
1,000%?
Or would they not have done the reveal of the slightly younger, slightly more handsome person that Lacey actually was impregnated by?
No,
that would have been a classic wrestling twist.
Rick would have 1,000% been the father. Absolutely.
They would not have scooped that heat from him.
No. There's no way. There's no way. And then in like 20 years, they would cast someone as the bastard son of Lacey Evans and Ric Flair.
So, I mean, but if you were going to do a swerve, who would you have swerved?
Oh,
The
was
actual
really
father.
It was really the father?
Who would you use as the real father to do the
Andrade.
swerve?
Andrade.
I would have gone with Bad Bunny, but that's also very good.
Oh, I go Andrade.
Andrade's even better. You're right.
That's the real easy answer.
Then you could just replay Charlotte's facial reactions from after that match. You're just like,
yeah, Andrade's the real easy answer. That would be wild.
Oh man,
absolutely. Like Lacey Evans was using Ric Flair to get to Charlotte, but to get at Andrade at the same time, and I'm like,
wow.
Yeah,
that is some big brain stuff right there. Pretty good. All right. Speaking of big brain, I segued beautifully. Chamber match. The Miz withdraws from the Elimination Chamber match.
I'm
big
okay
brain
with it.
Or small brain?
Oh, big brain, big brain. Because he also withdrew from the gauntlet match tonight, so he didn't have to wrestle for a half hour. Like, that's the smartest thing he could have done.
Okay.
We could have 2 matches after each of the chamber matches, both for championships. True.
Do you think Miz is gonna pull the trigger on this thing before Mania?
Oh heavens, no.
No.
If I know Michael the Miz Mizanin, like I don't. I met him once and it was lovely, but he grabbed my phone one time. But he's cashing in at WrestleMania.
Okay.
At Mania, I don't think he's. The big thing, the real thing to do,
the real big brain move
is when Edge beats Roman Reigns. If Edge beats Roman Reigns, for Miz to cash in on Edge right after that. That's the real money move. You cash in the Money in the Bank on the Money in the Bank guy. That's the real money move, in my opinion.
I mean, it does save Edge a lot of trouble. So I mean, that might be the play. I just we've had
because then we can also get Edge and Christian versus Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, I
and hell,
I feel like you're taking something away from Rollins if you do that. But I mean, it has to be done again.
No, but this all happened. They can't keep.
Well, you want to have them cash in like after Mania? At Mania.
At Mania on Edge. Like Edge is in his big celebration. Beth comes in, Beth hugs him, and then all of a sudden Mike Mizanin and Taya Valkyrie show up. Boom. I'm telling you.
Now you've just booked your 6th person.
Yeah, exactly. Also, so I'm going full Mayhem Mania on this. In fact, that might be my move once Edge gets out of space jail. I'm not sure.
If he ever does get out of space jail.
He'll get out of space jail.
By the way, folks, space jail has a name, and it's Dexter Loomis.
He's the warden.
If he's a terrible warden, which is a great arrestor.
Well, no,
so
yeah, he's great at putting people in jail. He's terrible at keeping them there.
You're great at taking the people into space jail, holding them in space jail, and that's the thing, the holding.
Alex Miller in the chat room says, "What if Otis cost Miz at Mania?" That's real long term. That's real long term.
Very optimistic fantasy booking on there.
Yeah, like that'd be wild. That'd be great. I'd enjoy it as a fan of long term storytelling, but I don't see it happening.
All right. Speaking of very optimistic fantasy booking, where is Retribution? Where is Mustafa Ali? Is he lying in wait? Is he waiting for Sunday to strike? I mean, he has to do this. Has to happen, right?
There is past precedent for Kofi Kingston being taken out before he enters a chamber match.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
It has to happen. Literally, they've had Ali on Raw Talk for like 3 straight weeks talking about this nonstop. Mm-hmm. There's too much smoke here. They are absolutely doing this, right?
They have to. They have to. Like, if they're not, then what the fuck is even the point? Like, if all this is just for Drew to run the table, then, yay for Drew. Like, whoop-de-doo.
Drew and Sheamus, best friends.
No, see, I don't even mind that. I don't mind a Drew and Sheamus feud. I just kind of wish it was a straight-up feud as opposed to all this. Although I'm terribly afraid that Braun Strowman is going to be involved somehow.
Oh, that's another thing too.
Braun Strowman,
and he's lurking also. Maybe we'll get
and he keeps mentioning Shane McMahon,
up the guy and take their spot.
He keeps mentioning Shane McMahon too, and I don't like it.
What if
I don't like it. Braun could be up Jeff Hardy.
You know,
Jeff Hardy's not in the match.
They could just be keeping Braun out so Braun could be the guy to challenge Drew. Since we're clearly probably going Edge Roman at Mania, you could do Braun Drew for the other title. That kind of works.
We theoretically could be going Edge Balor. I can see that as well. I can see it. I can see it. If Edge wants to truly work with younger guys, NXT is a great place for him.
Well, everyone's younger than Edge at this point.
Well, yeah, that's true. But like,
got him.
Great, because SmackDown, like, I know we have to keep going on Raw, but SmackDown gave us a heck of a chamber match to look forward to. I'm excited for it. Like, as not excited as I am about the Raw chamber match, I'm inversely excited for the SmackDown chamber.
I am storyline excited about the Raw chamber match. I am match excited about the SmackDown chamber match. How's that? There's a lot of intrigue surrounding the Raw match. The SmackDown match feels like, let's get Kevin Owens into another match with Roman Reigns.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, okay. I don't think so at all. I think this might be an interesting way to give either to give an exhausted Daniel Bryan a match, or to maybe, and again, I'm being optimistic, maybe throw a bone towards Cesaro.
Maybe.
I would. I
mean, they've been going out of their way with Cesaro lately.
They really haven't, and it feels like I feel like.
How did you feel about Cesaro's talking smack?
I loved it.
Promo. He was like, I've never seen such blatant baby facism, and we'll get into some more blatant baby facism here from tonight in a little bit. But Cesaro just like calling upon me, you believed in me, and I'm gonna fight. He was like, there's a little Dusty in there. I mean, it was like, Cesaro was like, you're doing this now? We're gonna do this now? Don't do this to me now. I've been through this.
I really want it. I want it so bad.
I do too, but it's just like, you know what? You're probably right. It will probably be Cesaro.
I feel like if there were crowds, this wouldn't like Edge would be going against Balor, and we would know it.
We'd be doing Cesaro Mania.
Yeah, I honestly think of that. I honestly think that would be the case.
So isn't it even that much more? Makes it that much more incredible that this is that WWE is literally orchestrating this for Cesaro. They're not being forced into this by unruly live fans. Because
they are going to have a crowd at Mania. I mean, at least in theory.
Yep.
We have they said anything about ticket sales for that yet?
I mean,
I haven't heard anything about it.
There hasn't been anything official from WWE on ticket sales yet. But I mean, there hasn't been anything not against it. I think they're waiting until we get to I think they're kind of waiting to see how things kind of settle out from Super Bowl. We need to wait at least 2 weeks from the Super Bowl. We're only about 1 week out. So we're going to wait 2 weeks out. We're going to see if everyone who went to the Super Bowl gets the thing, and hopefully they don't and everything worked. We'll see. Cross your fingers, folks.
Yeah.
I mean, one way or another, they're in that stadium. So we'll see how it goes.
Someone is jumping off that pirate ship.
Just a matter of how many cardboard cutouts they're going to need. So we'll see how things go.
Could you imagine if they just filled it of WWE standees of The Undertaker and The Rock?
That would be all right. I didn't even think I was even wondering how good could they Super Thunderdome this thing? And I'm like, nah, it's a lot of screens. I don't know if they could pull that off. It's a lot to pretend fill half that lower bowl. That's asking a lot.
By the way, speaking of a lot of screens, that was a lot of Alexa tonight.
I'm not the biggest fan of the distraction finish, but even I had to kind of be like, that's pretty distracting.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty distracting.
But I like the way it was distracting, because it was distracting where Orton couldn't hear the count out.
Right. As you're watching the referee count behind him in the shot.
Well, no, he was looking for Bray Wyatt.
I know he was looking the other way. I just thought the camera shot was fun because you could see the ref going behind him. Sometimes they'll hide that, and we just kind of
Tina's asking how floor seating setup would work. I think floor seating is going to be Thunderdome.
I think you're going to see either that, or they're going to be very similar to what you see at some of the major sports leagues where they've been tarping off like the first 10 rows and people just have to sit back. I don't think there's going to be there's going to be like some sort of pit or something, some separation. They're not going to.
I don't think they're going to have like what they have in NXT.
No, I don't think
definitely not.
I don't think that'll be a good look. I think they'll just tarp it, probably to the edges.
I
could just keep them in the seats and they won't do any floor. So.
I could see them doing Thunderdome, and then behind that you see like real fans in the stands.
I mean, it would be cool because they've really been dialing in the Thunderdome to the point where it looks awesome for the entrances now and everything. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind seeing them use it, just so they can use it for the entrances too.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna circle back to blatant baby facism.
Okay.
Did Lana's promo strike you at all tonight as a little bit over the top? And now I feel like the clock is ticking. How long until Lana turns on Naomi? She was.
Oh no, I think they're gonna win the belts.
I feel like Lana's gonna turn on Naomi now. No, that was a little bit too much baby facing from Lana for my liking.
No,
Mrs. Tryhard. I'm not buying it. They've
been putting a lot of effort into Lana. If they hadn't come out with a documentary on the network about how Lana had been made fun of and mocked a lot, I'd agree with you. But based on that, I think they're just straight up going to win the belts because now we have heel challengers waiting in the wings on NXT. Granted, there's a Dakota Kai Shayna Baszler discussion to be had with that. But
are you dipping into up down down lore on that?
No.
Okay.
No, Dusty Classic.
Oh, okay.
Dusty Classic. Have you seen Takeover?
Of course I have. Yeah. I know they got. Yeah, I know they've got their shot.
And Raquel, they have their shot.
Yeah, I know.
They have the shot.
I'm just saying who gets their shot first. Then we've got two shots.
I assume since Lana and Naomi won their shot first, they get their shot first. Either that, or we have a triple threat.
Let's do the triple.
And you can do all the stories.
That's just more people for Raquel to go through. That'd be a lot of fun. I'm up for the match. Just I want to see Raquel just like woman handle Nia Jax and toss her into something. And her hole. Yeah, and all that. Okay, I got one last note from Raw.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny is your 24/7 champion.
Okay.
How many times is that title going to change hands on Saturday Night Live?
I was just wondering that myself. All right, now here's the thing. Is it just going to be R-Truth winning it back? Or is an actual cast member of SNL going to be winning the championship? And if so, which cast member?
I mean, I'm guessing are Colin Jost and Michael Che still on the show?
They are still on the show.
All right. So I mean, I think it has to cycle through at least one of them. So which one of those two does WWE like more? I'm guessing it's Colin. But we'll see.
I would say
I don't want to pick favorites for anybody.
See, I would love it personally if it was Kenan Thompson.
I would like to see maybe they tease that it'll be one of those two guys, and then another cast member comes in and gets it, and maybe Kenan can swoop in.
It'd be really interesting if it was like a character from SNL wins it, and then that character. But I'm expecting some like there's definitely gonna be a title change at SNL. Whether I don't know if it'll happen on the air. You might be enjoying some like social media title changes like we saw over the Super Bowl weekend, but it's fine. Tina's saying it's at least going to be Michael Che or Kenan Thompson. Alex is saying Pete Davidson.
So many options.
I mean, I think what it really might be is R-Truth disguised as G.E. Smith from the Saturday Night Live band.
Could you imagine
R-Truth with a bad Kenny G wig?
Oh my god!
Pretending to play a saxophone.
G.E. Smith, what a callback!
G.E. Smith and the Saturday Night Live band. Musical guest, WWE 24/7 champion, Bad Bunny.
You think he's gonna like put the titles like be like sitting on a shelf behind him?
I think he's gonna be wearing it.
Wearing it?
All right. I would. And the only thing is, and this is the only reason I have trepidation about this, is because they usually don't have the first musical act until around midnight.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll want
maybe
it's
just
not
before
be,
maybe that little like scrum right before the credits roll at the end of the show.
no,
Maybe that's
no,
where they do it.
no, because they're very COVID.
Oh, they're not doing it anymore. That's
No,
right. Good point.
they are, but everyone's wearing masks and stuff like that. I don't think they want like close contact and stuff during that bit.
But I mean, pinning somebody is going to be close contact. That's going to be necessary.
Yeah, but if it's during his performance, he's probably going to be the only person on stage.
Okay.
But I could also see R-Truth in the crowd during the monologue. I could see that.
Just sitting there. No one says anything. Just cut away.
Dave Podner's asking if Leslie Jones is still on SNL, and to my knowledge, she is not.
Yeah, she needs that title, by the way. So
yeah. Tina says, "Could you imagine Kate McKinnon or Kristen Wiig 24/7 champion?"
Oh my God,
Kate McKinnon. Kate McKinnon would be the most charismatic 24/7 champion we've ever had.
Yeah,
that's a shoot.
Yeah, I mean that title's changing hands at SNL. Probably not on camera, not on broadcast TV, but we'll see what happens. It all depends on Bad Bunny and his handlers, what they want to do. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, like
I always worry about these things. This is when I worry that Bad Bunny's, publicist or agent is going to get to him and be like, don't do this on TV, Bad Bunny. Come on, yeah, don't do this wrestling thing on TV. That's where the stink gets on us,
Well, I mean, he's been on it every week.
I know, but once you exit the WWE world, the wrestling world, you go into the real world, and you don't want to do this on this.
Matt, all WWE is going to be on the cock sooner or later.
They said it's on the. I forgot to check this. They said it's on the cock now.
Well, no, that's the stuff that's always been there.
Has it always been there?
Yeah, Best of WWE programming was there. I want to say a couple weeks after Peacock launched. It's basically all the stuff that aired.
Okay.
During the summer.
Okay.
Like, because yeah.
I was worried that maybe they just like snuck out a soft launch or something like that.
No. That stuff's always been on there. It's mostly like the documentary specials and stuff like that, just because those are a little bit easier to vet onto programming because they're all packages and stuff. But yeah.
Is there anything else from Raw you want to get into?
Oh, there was something else and I can't think of it right now. Woods again asking for his match with for Reckoning.
It's all got to come to a head here soon.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen.
What if? Oh my goodness! What if Reckoning is the one who like knocks out Kofi? Oh my goodness! I can barely handle it. And Woods is just can they Reckoning?
I would love to see Woods and Kofi versus Ali and Reckoning.
T-Bar and Mace just slapjack, just standing there. Mm-hmm. Don't get in the way.
Oh yeah, and we should mention Reckoning and Keith Lee got engaged.
Good job. Yeah. Major life events going around the WWE camp this week. So people getting pregnant, people getting engaged. Indeed. It's all over the place right now.
Matt, real quick, I know we're probably going to touch on it more. What'd you think of TakeOver?
I thought TakeOver was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. My favorite match of the night was MSK versus the Grizzled Young Vets.
Oh, okay.
I thought MSK were fantastic. The Vets are obviously super good. I mean, it was just a nice blend. MSK took it to a place where I didn't expect them to take it, beyond just being super athletic guys, and were did really well. So.
I was floored they got the win. I was absolutely I'm like, wow, they're really, really pushing these guys.
I know.
Like I was excited by it. Because I expected the Grizzled Young Veterans to win. Second year in a row, getting to the finals.
Yeah. I mean, but that's going to be. I mean, if there's long-term booking, maybe that can be part of their story. Maybe they could circle back next year. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know. That kind of long-term booking in NXT, that's hard to latch on to.
I love the Gargano and Kushida match, though.
Yeah, that was awesome. And the thing about that was that, like, it's Gargano and Kushida, so you're kind of like, this is going to be awesome, and then it proceeds to be awesome, and you're like, this is what I expected. I really liked the fact that it was clean at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny just got the win. I was like,
all the matches, all the matches were clean as a sheet. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, especially for Johnny, we're like just the way has been like in everything. You know, it was amazing to see him actually like win a match.
It's gonna be that. Oh, and the Cameron Grimes music video.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, I've got that in my, I've got that a few extra bullet points here to talk to. One of my bullet points is Cameron Grimes is shoot rich. I
love it. And I love his explanation too. Like when I was out injured, I started playing these video games and I ran out of games to play. So like he literally just discovered what the store GameStop is.
Just stumbled into it, but
like we're going full Jamie Noble on this, and I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it because when Jamie Noble did, it was a great gimmick as well.
I'm a fan. I think Grimes is hilarious.
I never thought
I'm terrified for a potential future on the. I'm terrified for a potential future on the main roster for him, but right now I'm loving it. He's funny.
You know what? You don't have to go to the main roster.
No, you know, some folks are never going to the main roster.
Yeah, look at Gargano, Ciampa. I mean, Cole might be on his way.
Given the events. Let me tell you something here regarding that I just blurted out after Takeover was done. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad they did this because Undisputed Era were never getting called up anyways. So break them up. Yep. You know, just kind of like being like, you know what? Screw it. You know, all your pipe dreams about, oh, well, maybe Undisputed Era can come out after the Rumble and get in Roman or Drew's face. And you're like, you know what? Forget it. They were never getting called up. Time to cut bait on this thing.
Crowds.
I don't think they were never getting called up. I don't think they were ever getting called up. Not as a unit.
That's 4 big spots to fill too in NXT.
It's better this way.
Yeah.
They were running for so long. This needs to be done. It was kind of crazy too that like none of them had a match on this show. And you're just kind of like, oh, I forgot none of them were on this show. Yeah, this has to happen. And I'm plus, down for.
You could have a new leader taking control, forming some kind of club of ammunition.
Got to be careful with that though. Tama doesn't like that stuff. Doesn't like those bootleg clubs out there running around.
I mean, maybe he could call it bootleg club.
Maybe that'd be pretty funny, actually. What else we got here? Okay,
Pat McAfee was right in the chat.
Pat was right. Hashtag Pat was right. Now we're going to get babyface McAfee versus Adam Cole someday. That's to look forward to. Now you can look forward to Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. That will kick all of the ass.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm dying for that.
Adam Cole teaming up with Pat McAfee.
Just what we need.
Hey,
the new Undisputed Era, the super evil Undisputed Era, more obnoxious. What do you think about Roderick Strong looking bemused and bewildered?
Well, I mean, someone's got to play the Dean Ambrose role.
Someone has to play the what's going on here role.
Someone's got to play the Dino.
Someone has to be the Dino. And meanwhile, Bobby Fish sleeping at home, oblivious to everything that's happening. He's going to walk in like 5 months and be like, with his t-shirt and his armband and everything and like do the pose. And then they're going to be like, Bobby, that whole thing's over. It's done. We broke up. It happened 5 months ago. What?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like Tony Stark filling in Hulk in Endgame.
Yeah, here's what you missed.
Yeah, like we broke up. Cap and I we have falling out.
Yeah,
like,
it's over.
Wait, we broke up like a band, like the Beatles?
yeah, totally. It's over. Really, it's done. Yeah, sorry, Pat McAfee. He was the Yoko Ono. We're done. It's over. We're done. Okay. What else? I got one last thing on here, and then I'll let you run wild too. We are under no time constraints tonight. Wrestlers getting abducted. Pet peeve of the week. Now, I do appreciate Gargano in the way, at least making a half-hearted attempt to find Austin Theory. Do they really want to find him? Probably not. But they're pretending they do.
Say, now I can finally have Valentine's Day with last night. So.
And then he's like, oh, by the way, have you seen this child? That was the tweet after that.
Now, if they come out on Wednesday with a picture of Austin Theory on a milk carton, I'm right back there.
Yeah, he's not turning up. Austin Theory has only tweeted one thing since Sunday night, and it's a picture of Dexter Lumis. So he's not.
hashtag new profile pic.
Yeah, we're playing the long game now. There was also. I'm going to circle back now to Dynamite. Marco Stunt got abducted on Dynamite by FDR, who then just let him go. Darby Allin got abducted by Team Taz, dragged behind an SUV. I was also like, oh no.
Lot of abduction.
And then on TakeOver, Dexter Lumis gets Austin Theory, and they're like, oh, well, here's this match.
To be fair, that has been Dexter's gimmick.
I know. I find it very funny. And it's been, this is not something new. Not a new pro wrestling trope. It's just hilarious when they were like, this person's been freaking abducted, not hit with a steel chair, not found unconscious in the backstage, abducted, taken against his will, tied to a chair or worse. And we're just like, got it. Well, we'll just, we'll get to that. It's okay. Dexter will bring him back. It'll be okay.
Abducting other people is a wrestling tale all this time. I mean, it happened to Stephanie McMahon, happened to Stone Cold Steve Austin, happened to Paul Bearer. It's happened to a lot of people. Hell, that's how the entire ministry was formed.
It's one of my favorite words to say during the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Abducted. And I get to say it all the time lately. Just hilarious.
Oh, and one other thing from TakeOver. The hottest free agent signing.
That's
right. Say it with me. L.A. Knight.
People are trying to dunk on the name. I like it.
It's the name of a light up shoe from the 90s.
It is.
But I'm okay with it.
It gives him a totally different energy. Now he can wear like a white sport coat and a t-shirt underneath it. He can do anything he wants now.
I'm a big fan of Eli Drake, and I think he's going to do really good things in NXT.
I know. I think he's got a lot to offer, and people talk like he's too old to push at this point. Dude's only like 35 or 36. I mean, he's got 5 years.
And plus,
a peak left. He's good.
Plus, he's completely new to NXT.
He's completely new to NXT. He's low mileage. He's good to go. He's good. He could do some things.
He's not the kind of guy that's going to be like doing 360s off ladders and shit. Like his moveset isn't that varied. He's going to be like a strong middle of the road, like you could give him the North American title right away kind of guy.
Oh, absolutely. And I love the fact that they just the first thing they did was they just gave him a microphone and sent him out there.
That's perfect.
Like no pretense, no stand in the crowd thing. Just get on the stick and get out there. Like they know he's got the goods
they're treating him like they should have treated EC3. Yeah,
a little bit. But I mean, in a way, it just kind of shows you like how they viewed Eli Drake and how they viewed EC3. That's not dunking on EC3. It's just that clearly they were like, this guy he can go. Give him the mic. So good luck to him. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention about NXT, especially on TakeOver. Your NXT match is peaking when Beth Phoenix starts to yell like the kids are bouncing on the couch. And she's like, get them down from there. What are you doing? I love it. The mom voice comes out.
Beth being back in the arena on commentary gives that show a whole different energy.
I know. It's one thing for Beth to be yelling through the Zoom call at Shirai climbing the scaffolding. It's another thing for her to literally be at the desk pointing at her. What are you doing? You get down from there. I've told you 100 times not to jump off the tall thing.
Matt, did you catch the shade on the Nexus?
No, I didn't.
There was Nexus shade being thrown by Beth Phoenix.
Directed at Wade?
Yes.
Let's do the match right now.
Because Wade was talking about how the way has been everything, and Wade said, he gave the Way's catchphrase, which escapes me at the moment, but he's like, it kind of reminds me of this group that said you're either Nexus or against us. And Beth was like, yeah, but they're a lot more successful. And Wade's like, oh, come on, Beth, how dare you?
Don't you say that.
Then 10 seconds later, he's like, how do you spell core anyway? Is it two R's? I'm like, oh my God, he dropped a core reference.
But should have just been like, oh, really? How many pay-per-view main events has Gargano had against Cena, huh? Poor Wade.
Honestly, I would love Secret.
Don't dunk on the Nexus, man. They were all timers. That is an all-time
They walked
faction.
alone in the unknown. They lived to raise another victory.
That was hot action. They were awesome. I'm out of talking points, Mad Mike. Lego update? WandaVision?
Actually,
where do we go from here?
There is a Lego update.
Okay.
So there are these new Harry Potter sets. Now, Matt, this may look like just a Hogwarts textbook, but if you open it up, it's actually a classroom.
It's like a Polly Pocket.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, actually. Like, this is the first time I've done this on camera, so bear with me.
That's okay.
But
the fun part is that if it falls apart, you get to build it again.
That's true. Oh, I think I have to take these parts off. There we go. That's the gimmick. But yeah, it unfolds into a little classroom.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And you can like fold it into a book and put it on your shelf with your other leather-bound books.
Yeah, and the other parts go right back on there, so it folds up like a little book. It's really cute.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, I was building it during Takeover last night.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's a lovely little build. So WandaVision, Matt, are you watching WandaVision?
Nope.
Okay.
My Disney Plus subscription has lapsed. Don't worry about spoiling me. It's okay.
My God,
but I'm gonna have to re-up because I have to tell you about this.
Okay.
My 13-year-old son, my nearly 14-year-old son, his latest phase, he wants to watch some Star Wars. He's been watching the Star Wars, and he's been watching those lousy Star Wars movies that we've been getting since 85. He's been watching the good ones. Mad Mike, this is the ultimate parenting fail on my part.
Okay.
He's like, I want to watch. He refers to Return of the Jedi as Star Wars with the little bears. I want to watch Star Wars with the little bears. Okay, let's do that. Let's watch that. And then I have like a one of my sisters got me like the DVD Blu-ray collection of the originals.
Okay.
So I would have them forever,
in
case I want to view them at the special editions. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind too much. And so he gets done watching Jedi, and then he watches that like 8 times, and then he's like, I'm gonna watch a different one. Watch the other one. So I put in Empire for him. My son is nearly 14 years old, Mad Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Empire starts. Scene up. Planet of Hoth.
Mm-hmm.
Tauntaun.
Mm-hmm.
My son, my nearly 14-year-old son, turns to me and he goes, oh my gosh, this one has snow in it? Crap. I had forgotten to show my son The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, Matt.
And somehow he still got into Star Wars.
Hey, Ooh, wow. I mean, okay. Have you shown him the prequels yet?
No, I'm hoping to keep him a fan of Star Wars. So I'm gonna.
Hey! All right, okay. All right, so this is a tangent, and I don't know if I've ever admitted this on this pod. I'm a weird Star Wars fan. Okay. I did not watch them when I was a child. My dad wasn't a geeky guy or anything like that. Neither was my mom. All my friends were like big sports heads. And my dad was a comedy nerd, so I would watch a lot of comedies. Didn't see Star Wars until I was in graduate school, Matthew.
Nice.
I didn't see because I had my own apartment. I had HBO on my cable box, and for a brief shining moment, all 6 Star Wars movies were on HBO on demand. And I'm like, you know what? I'm paying for this service. Gosh dang it, I'm gonna watch me a Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But and I consulted with many people. I'm like, what order should I watch this in? I got tons of different answers. I got people saying only watch 3 of them. Like, no, all 6 of them are on there. I'm gonna watch it. So what I did, Matt, is I watched from episode 1 to episode 6.
Okay.
Because I figure they can only get better.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And it's not like I was spoiled on anything. I obviously knew. By the way, spoiler alert. Darth Vader
40-year-old. Spoiler
Yes.
alert.
Spoiler alert. Darth Vader is Luke's father. No, I mean, I already knew the basic plot beats of the whole story. So I'm like, they're not going to ruin anything for me if I see the building of Anakin Skywalker as Darth Vader.
Okay, cool.
So I watched it from 1 to 6, and I have an affinity for the prequels. Are they great? No. Some parts are hot garbage. But there are things I like about the prequels. Like Darth Maul, badass.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Probably my favorite Star Wars villain.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy the pod racing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a mark for it. I'm fine.
Good stuff. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Attack of the Clones, lots of action. Everything else can kind of die in a fire, and actually it does in Revenge of the Sith. So, you know. But Revenge of the Sith, like, especially Revenge of the Sith, I was, pardon the pun, lukewarm on.
Heyo.
Until I saw the Clone Wars cartoon.
Right.
Once I saw the Clone Wars cartoon, I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. And then when Disney dropped the last season of the Clone Wars cartoon, it restructures the prequels for me entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And now, like, it's wild.
It's like
absolutely wild.
Acres of context now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it hits a lot differently. I love it. Like, it's to see the Execute Order 66 from the other end of the spectrum is fucking bonkers. Like, it's great to see the Ahsoka stuff, and obviously 4, 5, and 6 are great. Mandalorian, if you haven't seen The Mandalorian, what the fuck are you doing here to watch The Mandalorian? 7, 8, and 9.
Okay, here we go. My turn. I'll jump in here. Stand back. I'm gonna step up here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna jump on this grenade, the sequel trilogy grenade. All right, here's the deal with the sequel trilogies for me. Force Awakens is the gateway drug that got both of my sons interested in Star Wars. We went and saw it in theaters, both of them. Family affair, good times, great movie, enjoyed it. I liked it. They liked it. They were into Star Wars after that. Mission is success. We went and saw The Last Jedi in the theaters. Again, whole family, all the kids. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen at all anymore. But, you know, at the time, yes, awesome. They had fun. Long as hell, but for some reason, my kids sat through it. They enjoyed it. Good movie. I enjoyed it too. Last Jedi was
That's
good.
a feat.
Rise of Skywalker, die in a fire. That sucked. All right. Rise of Skywalker sucked. All right. Bad. Ill-conceived. Not good. But, you know, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Original trilogy all day long, baby. But in fairness to me, I'm going to age myself now for everyone who's paying attention. Mad Mike, I saw the original Star Wars Episode 4 in utero as a passenger inside my mom. I went to see Star Wars. That's when I saw it.
Okay.
That was my first exposure to Star Wars.
Wow.
She took me to see Star Wars before I was even born.
Excellent.
And I was close. I was coming down the home stretch there.
That's solid. So
it's only a month or two away.
So basically, you could hear John Williams.
Yeah, I could hear it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's going on? Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad likes to tell a story too. Like when they went and saw it, that they were so excited. This movie was so exciting. The original Star Wars in the year when it came out, that I'm not going to tell you. Look it up. That during the drive home, like people as they were like pulling out of the parking lot from the movie theater, were like honking their horns at people like they're X-wing fighters, like pew 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 pew. You know, that's how excited they were. People were like going out, and grown-ass adults out in the parking lot pretending to be starfighters shooting each other. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Right.
Pretty good little tale.
So since you jumped on the grenade of the sequel trilogy, it's fine.
Now that we've defended all but one of the Star Wars movies, we can go on with our lives
I
now.
like the characters for the most part. I think they're horribly misused. And I wish we could have seen what Rise of Skywalker would have been had Carrie Fisher not unfortunately passed away. I think that changed a lot of what the vague outline of a plan was, because there was no plan.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe someone had a plan, but I mean, someone just like
the
plan out the door after Last Jedi. So
there were too many plans. I think that's what it was. Like,
I mean, maybe there was no like overarching plan.
There was no Kevin Feige.
Force Awakens, like Force Awakens sets up so many like interesting little nuggets, and then there's like,
because that's what
they're
JJ
never really
does.
paid off. I know that's what JJ does. But like, and in theory, he eventually has to pay them off. In theory,
except
the problem is that they get the Last Jedi, and they just they shuffle back up again. You're just like, wait,
I will say my favorite scene from the sequel trilogies is when Rey and Kylo fight off the Praetorian Guard. That scene, that scene is a masterclass. That scene is
it's good stuff.
Wild, and obviously the Holdo maneuver. But my big fucking issue with that is that should not have been Admiral Holdo to do it. That should have been Admiral Akbar. You know why, Matt?
Wow.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because it was a fucking trap.
He trapped him. Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like, as the other ships are leaving out the back, with the reserve fuel, Admiral Akbar needed to call that battle station and be like, "I have some news for you. It's on," and then you blast through. So it's like when they tease saying Avengers Assemble at the end of Age of Ultron, but you know what he's gonna say, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's not the Holdo maneuver, it's the Akbar maneuver, because it's a fucking trap.
That'd be cool. That'd be fun. We all love Admiral Akbar.
And I will say I was happy Chewie got his medal. Chewie got the medal. I'm okay with that.
I kind of liked Chewie's I don't need a damn medal energy, but it's okay if he got one. Sorry.
But it was Han's medal, so I'm okay.
That's true.
Yeah, it was Han's medal. I'm all right.
It's all good. Anyway.
But yeah, the Raylo stuff, dying of fire. Like, when I saw that in theaters, our theater straight up laughed.
Oh gosh, I don't want to get into it. It was not successful. All right. Thank God that cooler heads have taken the reins of this franchise.
Matt,
steering in the right direction. Believe me, hey, Mad Mike, I'm a Star Trek fan. I've seen the lowest of lows, man.
Boy.
All right, I've seen some dark places. All right, and believe me.
So you've been into darkness?
I've been into darkness. Hey, that wasn't so bad. You know what? They could steer that bad boy back out of the dive and bring it up. Star Wars can do it too. Look, they're in great shape now. They're rolling along.
Matt,
they're going to retcon this thing in a few years, anyways.
You should watch WandaVision.
As I mentioned, I have to. I'm gonna have to re-up my Disney Plus.
But once you do, you really need to watch WandaVision.
I'm gonna watch me some WandaVision. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. You get all that Marvel stuff. I'm gonna get that season 2 Mandalorian knocked out. It's gonna be great. No problem. I'm gonna take.
Oh, you haven't seen season 2 yet?
No, I haven't seen the season 2. I told you my Disney Plus lapsed.
Well, I saw
season 1.
I didn't know when it lapsed. Wow.
I'm a lapsed.
So you haven't
Disney
even
Pluser.
seen the gloriousness that is Sasha Banks attacking Boba Fett.
No, I haven't seen that one yet. Hey, do you think when Sasha inevitably makes her Sunday night main event entrance at WrestleMania to face Bianca Belair, she's totally jetpacking into that stadium, right? Like, that has to
if she wore Mandalorian inspired gear, I would flip shit.
Fly her into that stadium. She's the biggest star you have. That's all I'll say about that. Is there anything you want to say?
Let's be fair. Saturday night main event push. Let's be realistic.
You know what? I'll be fair, but I'm telling you, she's earned that Sunday night spot.
She has earned it. She has.
I think she's earned it.
But
the problem is that there's something with Edge. There's something for Edge that has to do with the Sunday. It is either a birthday or an anniversary or something that is his Sunday.
Is it the last?
Is it the anniversary of his WrestleMania match? His last WrestleMania match? Maybe that's it.
It might be.
So yeah, there's a storyline reason to do Edge on Sunday. I'm sure that was part of his pitch.
But I mean, honestly, they're close enough to Florida. Sasha should come out with fucking R2 and a cadre of stormtroopers, or just Mandalorians walking behind her.
Oh yeah,
just do it.
Let's go all
just
out.
Do
yeah,
it.
March them all in.
Have Snoop lay down a rap behind the Star Wars theme song. Let's just fucking go all out. Like, why not?
As the executives at the Peacock, their blood boils as they see the Disney Plus parade go through on WrestleMania. What is this? What is this?
I would love it so much. It's never going to happen. But if we can do Terminators for Triple H, we can do Mandalorians for Sasha Banks.
I mean, they don't have to be too over it. I'm just saying, you got an open air stadium. Jetpack her in. Come on. We can afford it. Let's go. Yeah. For the main event. What are we looking at? Are they rebooting Mighty Ducks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. No, it's a series. It's a series.
Is it a reboot?
No, it looks like a sequel series.
Gordon Bombay is back?
Gordon Bombay is back.
30 years later? Like, what are they doing?
He's working in the skate shop.
Aren't they all? Isn't that always what happens?
He's working in the skate. And apparently it looks like it's a retelling of the first Mighty Ducks movie with, what is her name? The mom from Gilmore Girls. Something Graham. Hold on. I'm
not going to be able to help you.
I'm going to look this up real quick while I talk about the so basically it's
Gordon Bombay.
Lauren Graham. I was going to say Heather Graham. I'm like, that's not right.
No, that's not Heather Graham.
No, that's not Heather Graham. Lauren Graham is starring in it, and she's playing essentially what looks like a combo of the Gordon Bombay / Charlie's mom role from the first movie. Like where she has a kid who wants to play hockey, but he doesn't make the team. So they make their own team, but they're like, oh, we need someone to help coach us. And then they go to the skate shop and lo and behold,
here comes Emilio Estevez with his walker. I'll tell you something, kids.
Lo and behold, there's someone there who knows something about hockey.
Sorgi just jumped into the chat and said, just call her the Gilmore Girl and move on. Sorgi, if the show is called Gilmore Girls, we have to be specific.
Exactly.
There's more than one.
Like, I could say Lorelai Gilmore, but who the fuck knows who that is? That's why, Lauren Graham put some respect on her name. But yeah, that's going to be a fun series. I think that's actually coming out fairly soon, too. And Matt, once you re-up Disney, do you know what's coming up right after WandaVision?
Is this another Marvel joint?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Is this Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I love Falcon. He's the man. I'm a big fan. I like any non-superpowered hero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, so I always kind of like would enjoy Hawkeye, being overmatched, and now I enjoy Falcon.
There's also going to be a new Hawkeye series at some point later this year. That's going to be very exciting. With John Cena's co-star from Bumblebee.
Zork says there's a lot of Rock movies on that D+. I don't think there's any of the good ones, but
hey. The Game Plan is an adorable movie.
You want me to stand up? You want me to stand up for San Andreas now? Since we're defending movies now.
I mean, you can if you want.
I like San Andreas.
Mark says Moana, motherfucker.
Moana is,
and he's absolutely right.
That was an absolute gem.
Sorg also wants to talk about Young Rock. Matt, are you Young Rock
Tuesday?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
instead of Impact, Young Rock, are you kidding me?
No, Young Rock is counter programming against us. It's counter programming against the Mayhem show. I will say
they know better than to run it against Mayhem Mania. They'll try to run it against the Mayhem show undercard, but they will not go after the main event.
Apparently there is someone from Poughkeepsie that was cast as the Macho Man Randy Savage.
I was amazed when I saw stills of the guy they cast as Vince McMahon.
Mm-hmm. There's also
I can't believe they're getting away with this. This is shocking.
I'm going to watch it for sheer curiosity to see how they get away with doing some of this stuff. The guy they cast as Andre the Giant looks zero like Andre the Giant. Looks zero like him. But
they should just find a body double and never show his head and just make it like the nanny on Muppet Babies, where you never see anything beyond like the waist.
Like Wilson on Home Improvement.
Yeah, there you go. You never see the face. You always just big boss, yeah.
But for the producers of Killing Rock, of Young Rock, if you
chat room is messing with you.
Yes, it is. If you were going to find someone from Poughkeepsie to become the Macho Man Randy Savage, I realize I'm not necessarily the physical specimen. I heard that guy's
not there, huh?
Not up to snuff.
Am I to assume that if they cast the Macho Man, that somewhere there must at least be, even if it's a non-speaking role, someone cast as Elizabeth also? Just kind of lurking?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't, because again,
there's just so many obvious figures that are they have to this person has to be there.
These are all stories from the Rock's perspective.
Yeah.
So if Rock didn't have a noticeable interaction with Elizabeth, then maybe she's not there. What I'm curious is, will there be a young Shane and Stephanie? That maybe The Rock played around with backstage, like they're good old friends.
Yeah, will there be countless Anoa'i uncles and whatnot, like head shrinkers and Yoko, and who else is going to pop up in this lurking.
I'm probably going to watch the whole season, even if it's not great, just to see who shows up in this thing.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because I'm bringing up the Wikipedia. I want to see if they have they're casting an Andre the Giant. They have an Iron Sheik.
Oh, there we go. See, this is what I was thinking. I was like, some of these guys you've got to they had to have cast Hogan, right? There's got to be someone cast as Hogan.
They haven't said that yet. I'm looking just on the Wikipedia. I'm gonna check the IMDb.
IMDb that thing.
They have a JYD.
See, this is that. Now you're getting me. Now we're getting into some real names now. So
I'm really interested to see who else from our lore they can pull into this. By the way, the first episode is called Working the Gimmick.
Nice.
So that's already lovely. Let's see. Someone is playing Warren Sapp for reason.
Okay. From playing in University of Miami.
Yes.
Even better. All right.
Let's see. I'm trying to see who else they have.
All-time Buccaneer great.
Someone is playing Sergeant Slaughter.
Okay. All right. This is what I was hoping for. They're casting everybody now. So
yeah. Okay. So IMDb had less information than
we have. If they've got Rocky Johnson, then someone must be cast as Tony.
Someone's playing Michael. Someone's playing Michael Irvin too.
That's fantastic.
This is great. This
is like my entire childhood coming to life right now. So
okay. All right. I may have to watch this.
Yeah, this sounds good.
I may have to watch it. I already set it up for DVR because we're gonna be, podcasting and everything and doing Mayhem Mania and all that crazy stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the Wikipedia for a second because they had the name of the second episode. The second episode is called On the Road Again.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm curious. I have a feeling that there might only be one episode where he's backstage at a WWE event.
I mean, yeah, it might be it's supposed to cover at least 3 or 4 periods in his life. So there's going to be times where, he's not, wrestling adjacent as much as he is, maybe as a child. So, I would find it very shocking if they do entire episodes, involved around wrestling. find it more likely they're just going to dip in here and there. Again, getting back to the Bad Bunny thing, we're like, just like, hey, not too much. Hey, wrestling is just for these folks. Not too much wrestling, just a little. You could do just a little. The rest just can be.
But yeah, all right. So
fun.
So I mean, unfortunately, we won't be able to comment on the first episode of Young Rock probably until this show next week.
I'm gonna shelve the WandaVision review for the Young Rock review next Monday.
Oh no, Matt, there's gonna be WandaVision.
Who knows who will show up next on Young Rock?
Who knows? Hey, you know what? Young Rock could show up on WandaVision. Who the fuck knows?
It's just like there are no doors here. We just have large breezeways now.
There are no
pass through wherever
portals.
They want to. There's no universes. We're just whatever. People come and go as they please.
Everything's a rich multiverse.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's after midnight. I feel like it's time for us to get rolling.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep Sorgi up too late. I have my own little task to complete the Just Pro Wrestling News update for Tuesday morning.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matt, what are you talking about on that?
It's mostly just pro wrestling news.
Okay.
But the key concept here is that, we all live very busy lives. We don't have time to watch everything. So that's where we come in 5 minutes or less every morning. We bring you up to speed on the big events happening across the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no pop-ups. So just head to justprowrestlingnews.com to check out. You can get it basically anywhere. Even ask your smart speaker. Lots of fun.
I haven't found it on Spotify. And awesome. I got to say, I wait until Friday because that's usually when I run out of normal podcasts to listen to, and I just do a binge of the week.
You binge it? All right, well,
yeah, no, it's
as
good.
long as you listen.
Yeah, it's great. I do a nice little binge of the week's worth of wrestling news. It's good. It gets me caught up.
Hopefully, it's narrative. Hopefully, it's a sound narrative all the way through.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Excellent.
No, I see what you're building on Friday from Monday. I see you.
You're building up that. Yeah.
I see.
Building, always building. Yeah. Always callbacks, always long-term booking. Yeah. I actually remember what I did last week when we're doing this week's. So that's key.
Hey, that's what we call storytelling in the biz.
That's right.
That's what we call storytelling.
It works for everything, even when you're reporting the facts. Mad Mike, what about you? What would you like to tell people?
Well, let's see. What would I like to tell people about? I'm always plugging my friend from grammar school who has her own confectioner company called Hudson Valley Sugar Company. That's HV Sugar Co. on the Twitters. I just had a lovely hot chocolate bomb for Valentine's Day last night and some brownies, and let me tell you, they went straight to the belly, and that's a good spot to be. They're absolutely delicious. So if you're looking for early Easter candy, I'm sure there's gonna be like Easter bombs with like little eggs popping out and shit. Like it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be good stuff.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out with us. We're sorry none of you got to experience Sorgatron this week here on the Monday Mayhem Warriors, but I have it on good authority that he will return on Tuesday night's Wrestling Mayhem show. So look for us then, WrestlingMayhemShow.com, or jump on Facebook. 9 o'clock, we're live, and then we'll check it out. Another round of Mayhem Mania and lots of other fun stuff to discuss. So with that, we will wrap things up and wish all